Hello students, in this session we are going to discuss on the topic percentage, profit and loss and partnership. Let us see some of the very basic concepts regarding percentage, like 10% increase of a number makes it 1.1 times. Similarly, 40% increase makes it 1.4 times. Now, similarly, 20% decrease of a number makes it 0.8 times. Okay. Similarly, 70% decrease of a number makes it 0.3 times. So, these basic things many times will help you in the calculations in percentages. Now, a very important formula, that net percentage change in a number after two successive changes of x% and y% is equal to x plus y plus xy divided by 100. Implies, suppose a particular price first increases by 20% and then increases by 60%, then to find out that price, what we'll do, we'll write simply this formula where x will be 20 and y will be 60, and we can in this way find out what is the net percentage increase of that price. Similarly, if first increases by 20% and then decreases by 60%, in that case only in place of y, when it is less, then we will write minus 60. So, for this case the formulation will be 20 minus 60 plus 20 into minus 60 divided by 100. So, in this way we can find out the resultant percentage increase or decrease. The sign of the resultant percentage will give you whether it is the ultimately increased or decreased. Okay. Now let us start solving few problems. Okay. Ram's income is decreased by 10%, then this is increased by 40%, then what is the net change in his income? So, we will simply apply the formula, that is, here it will be 10 with a negative sign because it is a decreased by 10% first, then it is increased by 40%, and finally xy, that is minus 10 into 40 divided by 100. Okay. So, what will be answer? 40 minus 10 is 30, and this will contribute minus 4. So, 30 minus 4, which is nothing but 26. Clear? Now, this is again a similar problem. Monu's income increases by 20% and his income should be increased by what percent now, so that he gets a net increase of 56%. Okay. So, here the formula is like this. Initially it is increased by 20. After that, what is the amount of increase, that we do not know, we have to find out. So, the total increment you know by this formula, right? And this amount is given as 56. Okay. So, here y plus 20 and 100, this is basically 5. So, y plus y by 5, that is 6y by 5, and that is equal to 56 minus 20, which is 36. So, 6 will cancel with 36 by 6. So, y is equal to 5 into 6. Okay. So, answer is 30. Okay. So, in this way we can solve. Now, see, the price of a commodity is increased by 15% and its consumption falls by 10%. So, since the net expenditure is basically commodity that is used multiplied the price of the commodity multiplied by its consumption, therefore here also for this kind of problem we can use the same formula. Okay. So, commodity price increased by 15%, so 15, which is positive. Consumption falls by 10%, so minus 10, plus 15 into minus 10 divided by 100. Okay. So, 15 minus 10 is 5, and 15 into minus 10 by 100 is minus 1.5. Okay, so answer is 5 minus 1.5. So since the answer is positive, so 3.5% increased. Now consider this problem. The sales tax on a commodity is decreased by 20% and its sales increases by 30%. Here also the similar kind of a situation, that sales tax on a commodity and the amount of sale. So again here also initially the sales tax decreased by 20, sale increased by 30, and the resultant will be minus 20 into 30. Okay, minus 20 into 30 by 100. So this is what is plus 10 and here it is minus 6. So answer is 4%. Okay. So similar kind of problems you can practice. Okay. So these are the problems related to successive percentage changes. Now again we see some of the problems related to percentage. If 30% of a number is 90, then what is the 12% of the number? So here is a direct relationship. If 30% indicates 90, then 12% will be what? Simple unitary method. If 30% is 90, then 12% will be 90 by 30 into 12. Okay, so it will be 3 into 12, which is 36. Okay, so answer is 36. Sorry, the percentage will not be there in the answer. Now you see another formula, if you can remember, will help in some of the problems. If A's income is R% more than B, then B's income is less than that of A by R by 100 plus R% into 100. Okay, so similarly if A's income is R% less than B, then B's income is more than that of A by R by 100 minus R into 100%. So in this way, if you can remember, then in a very small time you can find some of the problems. Let us see some of the examples. But before that, again, if the price of a product is increased by R% and its consumption should be decreased by what percent, so that the expenditure being constant. Okay, this kind of problems are also very common, where expenditure is constant, or to keep the same expenditure, if the price increased by R%, then at which percentage the consumption has to be decreased. It is again the similar formula that we have seen, that R divided by 100 plus R. Similarly, if the price is decreased by R%, then consumption should be increased by R by 100 minus R. Okay, so let us see how to use these formulas. So this is the first problem. A's income is 25% more than B's income. Then B's income is what percentage less than A's income? If we know how we solve this problem, 25 divided by 125. Okay, because 100 plus R. So this is what is the percentage. And if you do it, 25 into 5 is 125. So answer is 20%. Okay. Now coming to this problem, the price of an item is increased by 50%. By what percent its consumption should be reduced? The same problem. So answer will be 50 by 100 plus 50. That is 150 into 100. 50 by 150, it is 1/3. 3 and 100, it will be 33.33. Okay. So these are all one line problem. In a class of 20% of students, in a class 20% of the students are girls and the number of boys are 16. Find the total number of students. 20% of students are girls, then definitely 80% students are boys. So 80% students are boys and number of boys is given, that is 16. So 80% corresponding to 16. So 100% student corresponding to what? Again unitary method, that is 16 by 80 into 100, that's all. So total number of student is 20. Okay. Now coming to the next problem. Hitesh gets 23% marks in an exam and fails by 48 marks. Okay. If the required pass percentage is 35%, then find the maximum marks. Okay, so 23% marks he got and 35% is the pass mark. So he failed by how much percentage? 35 minus 23. So 35 minus 23. What is this quantity? That is 12. So this 12% basically corresponds to what? This 48 marks, because he failed by 48 marks. If 12% is 48, then what is the total marks? That means 100% corresponding to what? Simple unitary method, 48 by 12 into 100. So it will be 4 into 100. So answer is 400. Now see another problem. In an election, there are two candidates. The winner gets 59% of the votes and wins by 360 votes. What is the total number of votes? This is what is the question. It is given that no invalid votes are there. Okay. So 59% of the vote the winner got, then the loser got how many, what percentage of vote? 41% vote. So what is the difference? So percentage difference, that winner over the loser got 59 minus 41. What is this value? That is 18%. So 18% vote is basically corresponding to this 360 vote, because winner got 360 vote more than the loser. In terms of percentage, it is 18%. So 18% corresponding to 360. So what is the total number of voter? So 100% corresponding to what? Simple unitary method. 360 divided by 18 into 100. That's all. If you do the calculation, what you are getting? 20 into 100. 20 into 100 is what? 2000. So answer is 2000. Now these are this kind of problem that you just practice at your home. Okay. Now coming to some other problems related to profit and loss. Say on selling a mobile at rupees 12,000, the shopkeeper loses 80%. At what price must the mobile be sold in order to gain 25%? So here also shopkeeper loses 20%. So 80% is corresponds to what? This 80% actually corresponds to 12,000. Okay, because this is what is the price, because he loses 20%. So 80% is corresponding to 12,000. Then what you have to actually find out? You have to find out the selling price if gain is 25%. So what is 125%? So 125% will be equal to 12,000, simple unitary method, divided by 80 into 125. Okay. So if you do this calculation, you will get the answer. So what is that? 8 into 15 is 120. So 150 into 125. You just calculate 150 into 125, you will get 18750. Okay. Now if the cost price of 12 pence is equal to the selling price of 9 pence, then find the gain percentage. Okay. So the cost price of 12 pence is equal to the selling price of 9 pence, then find the gain percentage. Okay. So let us consider that he has sold 9 pence. When he has sold 9 pence, actually he got 3 pence. The 3 pence actually saved, right? So the profit percentage is basically simply 3 by 9 into 100%. So the answer is 33.33%. Or you can remember this formula, that is cost price in terms of quantity minus selling price in terms of quantity divided by selling price in terms of quantity into 100%. This is what is the net gaining percent. So these problems are also very common, and you just think logically that how many you are actually making profit. So you are actually getting profit of 3 pence after selling 9 pence. So 9 pence when you sold, when it has been sold, basically 3 pence you are getting free as if. Okay. So 3 is basically what is your profit, and out when you sell 9 pence. So 3 by 9 into 100% is equal your profit percentage. You just try to remember for this kind of problem this formula. A shopkeeper sells a book at rupees 540 at a loss of 10% and another for rupees 575 at a profit of 15%. Find his overall gain or loss percentage. Okay, first find out what is the cost price of the first book. Say cost price of 1, that is 540 divided by what? Here total loss of 10%, right? So if this is the sale price, so that divided by 90%, 90 into 100. Okay, so what you are getting, that is 600. Now what is cost price of 2? That is 575, and he has got a profit of 15%. So divided by 115 by 100. Okay, so what is this answer? So this is what is 5. So 5 into 100, so 500. So now you have the total cost price, right? What is the total cost price then? That is 600 plus 500. 600 plus 500 is 1100. Now you know the total cost price. So what is the profit amount? The profit amount for the first book, he has got a loss of what? 60 rupees, right? Because he sold it at 540. So minus 60 is what is the profit. And for the second one, he make a profit of 75 rupees. So plus 75. Okay. So net profit is what? 15 rupees. So what is the profit percentage? 15 divided by 1100 into 100. Okay. So 15 divided by 11, which is 1/4 by 11%. Okay. Now, at what profit percent must an article be sold so that by selling at half that price, there may be a loss of 30%? Okay. Let us consider the let us consider it is 100 is the cost price. When he lose by 30%, then what is that price? That price was 70, right? And it has been told that at what profit percentage article must be sold so that selling at half of that price. So what was the selling price of that quantity? That is 70 multiplied by 2, that is 140. That means what was that profit percentage? If we have considered it is 100, so the profit percentage is 40. So problem is over. Okay. Now coming to the next problem. The percentage profit earned by selling an article for rupees 900 is double the percentage loss occurred when the same article is sold for rupees 450. Okay. The profit he has earned is double that what if it has been sold at 450. So okay, in that case what we can say, that 3 of the loss, because if you can think in that way, suppose this is where it is 450 and here it is where it is 900. Okay, and here it is what is the cost price. Now if this is a loss and this is what is the amount of profit, this profit is same as double of that loss. Okay, so total 3L, you can say total 3L is what is this difference, 900 and 450. What is the difference? 900 minus 450 is again 450. Okay, so what is L? L is 150. So if you know L is 150, so what is the cost price? Cost price is 600. So question is, if 20% profit, then what should be the selling price? So 600 into 25% profit. So 125 by 100. That's all. Sorry, 00. That is 750. Okay. So In this way we can solve this problem. Now see this problem, a shopkeeper claims that he sells his goods at a loss of 8%, okay, but actually he uses a weight of 800 gram for 1 kg, okay, so he is using a false weight. So find his real profit or loss percentage, okay. So price wise he is claiming that he is actually losing by 8%, but actually he is using false weight where 1 kg, instead of 1 kg he is using 800 gram. So from the weight point of view he is actually making some profit, from price point of view he is making some loss. So the question is find his real profit or loss percentage. So for this let us consider that 1 kg cost price is 100. 1 kg cost price is rupees 100, okay, and when he is making 8% loss, that means he is selling it at rupees 92 instead of 100, right? But he is claiming 1 kg, but actually he is not giving 1 kg, he is actually giving 800 gram, right? So 800 gram actually he is giving at 92. The question is then what is the price of 1000 gram? The price of 1000 gram is simply using unitary method, you find out what is that. So if you do this, okay, so what you are getting is that 5 into 23. So 5 into 23 is equal to 115. So he is actually selling it at rupees 115 where the cost price was 100. So what is the actual profit percentage? That is simply 15%. Clear? So these are similar kind of problem for you to practice. Now see some of the more problems related to profit and loss. A man buys certain number of oranges at 7 for rupees 5 and buys same article twice in number at 21 for rupees 17 and sell whole a lot at 14 for rupees 19. Find his profit or loss percentage in the whole transaction. Okay, to solve this problem let us consider what is the price of one orange for the kind 1, that is 5 by 7. We don't know how many number he bought, let us consider that is x. And what is the second kind? That was rupees 17 for 21. So price of 1 is this, but it is known that it is twice of the number that this one, so multiplied by 2x, right? This is what is the cost price of the article. So this is what is the cost price. What was the selling price? The selling price was 19 for 14, so for each this one, and how many he has sold, that is 3x, right? So this is what is the selling price. Now what you do, since you do not know this number, you just consider this number is multiple of these quantities like 7, 21, 14, so that it can easily divisible by that. So 7, 21, 14, what is the LCM? So LCM is 42. So let us assume that x is equal to 42. Just assume x is equal to 42. Why 42? Because this is the LCM of 7, 14, 21, these quantities which are in the denominator. So if you put this x as 42, then it will be what? 7 into 6, so 6 into 5 is 30 plus 42, so 21 into 2, 2 into 2, 4, 4 into 17 means 68. And what is here? 14 into 3 is 42, so 3 into 3 9, 9 into 19 is 171. Okay, so here it is 98, here it is 171. So when cost price is 98, sell price is 171, so what is the profit? 171 minus 98. So 171 minus 98. So what is that? 837. So 73. So 73 is the profit. What is the cost price? That is 98. So what is the profit percentage into 100%? Okay. Now you see that these are the options. It is clear that if instead of 98, if it is 100, then answer would be 73. But since it is 98, definitely answer will be slightly more than 73. So answer will be slightly more than 73, and only one option is there which is more than 73. So answer will be 74.5. Now see this problem. Deepak went to fruit market with certain sum of money. With this, he can buy either 60 mangoes or 50 mangoes. Okay, with the total money, he can either buy 60 mangoes or 50 oranges. He retains 20% of the money for the taxi fare, and if he buys 30 oranges, then number of mangoes he can buy with the remaining money actually. Okay, so let us consider that the total money is how much. Instead of 100, let us consider the LCM of these two numbers. That will help you. Okay, so let us consider the total money what he has got is rupees 300. This is what is the total money. So with that money, if he can buy 60 mangoes, so what is the price of one mango? So price of one mango is what? 300 divided by 60, that means rupees 5. So one mango, what is the price? That is rupees 5. For one oranges, what is the price? For one orange, the price is rupees 300 by 50, rupees 6. Okay. Now he retained 20% of the money. So if 30%, total 300, then 20% of the money he retained for the taxi fare, then how many here, how much he is using for the buying fruit? So 80%. So that is 240 rupees. So 240 rupees actually he is going to spend on fruits. So he already buys 30 oranges. What is the price of 30 oranges? Tell me. Price of 30 oranges, 30 into 6, right? Price of 30 oranges is 180. So how much will left now? That is 60 rupees. With this 60 rupees, he has to buy the mangoes. So how many mangoes he can buy? One mango is rupees 5. So how many mangoes he can buy? 60 divided by 5. So answer is 12. He can buy 12 mangoes. Okay. Now consider this problem. The difference between the cost price and the selling price is same as the difference between the selling price and the list price of an item. Remember, list price is sometimes called the marked price, and actually over marked price, shopkeeper most of the cases gives certain discount, and after discount the price is called the sell price. Definitely that sell price is different from the cost price. Okay, so there are actually three different kinds of price involved: cost price, sell price, cost price. And it is given that the difference between the selling price and the cost price is same as the difference between the selling price and the list price. Okay, say the list price is LP and selling price is SP, then this difference is same as this difference. Okay, it is known actually these two differences are same. Find the profit percentage if the discount of 16 2/3% is given on the list price and the item's cost price is rupees 100. Okay, so what is 16 2/3%? 16 2/3% is nothing but 1/6. Okay, so if 1/6 is the discount, then what is the, we can say that if we consider 16 is the list price, why we are considering 6 is the list price? If we consider 6 as the list price, then actually this will simply cancel. That's why we are considering 6 as the list price. Then what will be the discount? Discount will be 1. Okay, so we can simply write as if sell price is equal to 5. Okay, so if this is what is the discount percentage, so looking at the discount percentage, easily we can find out, assuming this as the list price, we can find out what is the amount of discount. If we can find out the amount of discount is 1, then definitely the sale price will be 5. So 6 minus 5 has, if the sale price is 5, then what will be the cost price? Since the difference is same, then cost price will be 4. If you know the cost price and sell price, then you can easily find out the profit percentage. What will be the profit percentage? The profit is 1 and cost price is 4. So profit percentage will be into 100%. Okay, so if you do, the answer will be 25%. So it's a very simple problem. Just express this percentage in fraction 1 by 6 and then consider some multiple of this 6 as the list price. Then you find out what is discount, so you know what is sell price. Then you find what is cost price because this difference is same, and if you know sell price and cost price, you can easily find out the profit percentage. So answer is 25%. Now these are certain practice problem related to this kind of problems. Now let us see some of the problems related to partnership. Suppose R and S enter into a partnership business and R invest 20,000 for 9 months and S invest 30,000 for 10 months. Find how should they share a profit 48,000. Okay, so what we have to see that what is the total investment of R in terms of money and time. So these two will be in product, and based on their ratio actually the final profit will be shared. So here it is the 20,000. You need not to write all these things. 20k, 20,000 into, because in both the cases this 1000 is common, so 20,000 into for 9 months, and for S it is 30,000 for 10 months. Since we are only interested in finding out the ratio, so simply you can avoid these quantities. So now here it is 18, so 2 can be cancelled with this with 15. So 9:15 is the ratio. So what is the R's share? The share of R will be 9 by 15 plus 9, which is 24, into the total amount, which is 48k. Okay, so it will be 9 into 2 is equal to 18k, 18,000. And similarly for the S share, it will be remaining 30k. Okay, now coming to this problem, A and B enter into a partnership, invested again 20,000 and 40,000 respectively. At the end of 4 months, A invests rupees 5,000 and B withdraw rupees 5,000. Find their profit sharing ratio. Okay, so again what we have to do, so how they have invested their money and time we'll see, and we'll make product of that. So first 4 months A invested what, 20k for 4 months, and then for the remaining 8 months 25k for the remaining 8 months, right? And what about B? For the first 4 months he invested 40k for the first 4 months, and for the remaining 8 months he invested 35 because he withdrawn 5,000. So 35 for the remaining 8 months. So this is going to be the ratio. So what we can do is that we can cancel 5 throughout, we can cancel 4 throughout. Okay, so if we cancel 5 throughout and 4 throughout, 5 throughout and 4 throughout, then what we are getting, again we can cancel 2, right? So 2, so it is 4, it is 2, that is 2, right? So 2 plus 5, so here it is 7, and here it is 4 plus 7, which is 11. So answer is 7:11. Okay. Coming to the next problem, in a partnership, P invested thrice the amount of time period, which is twice that of Q. If Q receives rupees 5,000 as profit, then find P's share. Okay, so here P and Q. So in terms of money, P invested thrice the amount. Suppose the amount is say X. So P invested thrice the amount and Q invested X amount, and the time period which is twice that of Q. Okay, let us consider Q invested T time, then P invested twice of T. Okay, so this is what is the ratio. XT will cancel, so the ratio is 6:1. Okay, if the Q share is 5,000, that means if Q is getting 5,000, if 1 corresponding to 5,000, then 6 corresponding to 6 into 5,000, which is 30,000. Okay, so answer is 30,000. Now A and B are partners in a business. A contributes 1/4 of the capital for 15 months and B received 2/3 of the profit. For how long B's money was used? Okay, so A and B are doing business. Okay, the contribution in terms of money, A is 1/4 of the total. Then what is the contribution of B? Then definitely 3/4. And in terms of time, A is used it for 15 months. For B, we do not know and we are interested to find that. Let us consider that is T. What we know, B received 2/3 of the profit. If B received 2/3 of the profit, then what A received? Definitely 1/3. So profit ratio is what? That will be same as this one. So profit ratio is A is to B is 1:2. Because if B's profit is 2/3, then definitely A's profit is 1/3. So profit ratio is 1:2. So here you can see, from here this 4 will cancel. So this ratio corresponds to what? 3 will also cancel. So this ratio corresponding to 5:2. So if this is 5:T, so this 5 corresponds to 1, or 1 corresponds to 5, then 2 corresponds to what? If 1 corresponds to 5, then 2 corresponds to 10. Okay, so answer will be 10 months. These are some of the practice problems related to partnership business. Thank you.